These are the ground rules. Anything that makes you believe will make somebody else believe that you are in the installation ceremony.
Perfectly explained.
You need one picture, send it to Nitish's number with your name.
So your time starts now.
Excom team, please come here.
You are not allowed to create the nuisance, please. Perfectly fine. 1 minute remaining.
Travel is a sign.
1 minute remaining. Quick.
ಏ ನಿತೀಶ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿ
ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕೇನು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕೇನು
Ten seconds remaining.
Travel, you only come at installation ceremony. You only come.
Time's up. Have you all sent the pictures to the Toastmaster Nitish?
Yes.
Okay. Now you are not allowed to touch your phones. Please slide them in your pockets or purses. And the winner of the photography contest will be announced at the end of this fun session. Get those creative juices flowing and may the best photographer win. Moving forward is this stupid questions quiz. Now this is the third activity. It's a very fun activity, so you have to pay the attention. In this fun session, we will know who has got the most common sense, which is not so common. And yes, don't forget to raise your hand prior answering.
After the
Okay.
questions are asked.
After the questions asked, question number 1. What has keys but can't open locks?
What has keys?
But can't open locks.
He's very late now.
I did not hear your question.
What has given
What has keys but can't open locks? I know
Computer.
No, I'm there.
Harmonium.
That's a correct answer.
Yeah!
You are close because yeah, the correct answer is piano, but it will work.
हमारे एरिया में इसको हार्मोनियम please, please.
For the whole.
Don't delay, don't delay. Thank you.
Okay, so the second question. Okay, what has a head and a tail but no legs? Correct. Third question. What has a ring but no finger?
What else?
What has a ring but no finger? lady finger. That's smart.
What was that?
Yes.
Lady finger.
Ladies finger.
Yes, correct. Totally correct. No, actually, no. It's a wrong answer.
What has ring? What has ring but no finger?
Yes. But lady has a finger, so I'm sorry.
Saturn. Saturn has rings. You should give it up.
You don't know such intelligent answer.
Common.
That can be an answer.
So you have to phone.
Yes, that's the perfect answer. Because your answer is very logical.
Yeah.
It's a stupid question, but that's why.
Like all of us come for the we come for the
The next question. Are you all ready again?
Yeah.
Okay. What has a handle but is not a door? What has a handle but is not a door?
She knows the question. A bicycle.
There can be multiple answers. Multiple answers.
No.
No. Why is my answer wrong?
Why is my वो smart सूत्र का सिंपल.
Rim Jim chose it, she answered.
Oh my god, I'm in dilemma now.
Yes.
His answer is correct, right? But it's again logical.
Logical होना चाहिए.
It has to be stupid. When you listen to the answer, it should sound funny. ये कैसे हो गया? Like that.
A person who uses social media
Yes.
will have Instagram
Yeah,
handle.
Instagram.
That's a perfect answer. Okay, we have one or two more questions, but we ran out of chocolates. So still, are you willing to answer or? But my sister gave me 2 little chocolates before leaving home. Is it okay? Okay. So the next question.
I give one.
What has cities but no houses, forests but no trees, and rivers but no water?
I hope my answer is logical and what idiotic. Okay, it's a map.
Perfect. Perfect. That's a correct answer. Thank you so much. Okay, one more question. What can be cracked, made, told, and played?
Yes.
Correct. Give a huge round of applause to all the winners for the contest. Toastmaster Nitish. Oh, the winner is there. Please announce the winner of the photo contest.
Here.
It is tie between two people,
Oh, thank you.
but I have one chocolate. Okay. The first winner is. It is our area director, Chitra Dinesh. And I will tell you the reason why I have given to her. It is like a battle passing, which she has taken a photo. which indicates installation. And our second winner is DTM Preeti. Short of chocolates.
We'll share.
Why DTM Preeti? It was because she has taken picture with Toastmaster Manoj, KVM Kishore and Chitra Vesh. And thank you for fun session and Toastmaster Jim and Meg.
Congratulations to all the winners. Happy to know we have such fun-filled, enthusiastic audience.
Everybody, fasten your seatbelts and keep your oxygen masks ready. It's time. Toastmaster Jim, why don't you continue until I have a quick makeup check?
Oh my, and I am bossy. The moment has arrived. In the heart of Deshpande Educational Trust, where Toastmasters gather, meet a special person making our club matter. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari's grand tour, on a bicycle, passion at its core. In 10 countries, his expertise does flow. 10 years dedicated, health in the know. Holistic health coach, a digital guide, helping coaches expand far and wide. Prevention is his motto and a wisdom tale. Mission, reach coaches, help lifestyles set sail. Since 2003, in Toastmasters land, from Delhi to Hubli, he took a stand. In Bangalore's embrace, his skills did bloom. Returning to Hubli, he sends the room. For North Karnataka's voice, a need profound, he founded Deshpande Educational Trust Toastmasters Club, where speakers are crowned. Let's cheer for the leader with joy uncurled, father of Deshpande Educational Trust Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster V. Narayan Kulkarni. Welcome to the world.
So, I thought I had only 2 daughters. Today I got to know that I have a third daughter, Deshpande Educational Trust Toastmasters Club.
Same
I'm
here.
now the father of this club. Thank you so much. Okay, here I'm taking the responsibility of introducing our keynote speaker for the day. Our keynote speaker is a mechanical engineer and he has done his master's in information systems. And he is now the MD and founder of the company called as Mithya. Mithya is into management consulting and he has been in the field of mergers and acquisitions for the last 15 years, where Mithya uses story-based, theatre-based methods for teaching faculty and for organization development. DTM KVM Kishore, who is our keynote speaker, is in Toastmasters for the last 12 years and he has won the International Championship of Humor in 2013 and 2015. In 2014, he was the runner-up. 2016, he won the Glitterati Championship and he is the runner-up in table topic contest at the district. 2022 Evaluation District Championship. Toastmaster KVM Kishore, whenever he passed, he did not distribute sweets. It's his teachers who distributed sweets. लड़का निकल गया हमारे क्लास से, ले लो sweets ले लो. And he works in consulting and faces insulting clients. He was born in Andhra and educated in Karnataka, but both the states couldn't civilize him. He has worked all over India and traveled across Asia. And in the span of 10 years of his career, he has grown from a mere 2 lakhs to 40 lakhs of loan. He's been in love with Veena for almost 20 years. Veena, the musical instrument. He rigorously practiced Veena for 2 months and his teacher passed away. While Kishore thinks it was heart attack, the entire world believes it is art attack. He has a simple philosophy of life. Life is a poker, don't throw away like a joker. Look forward to hear his words, his keynote speech, and I am a great admirer of his. If you have not seen Masala Dreams, you should go and watch it on YouTube. He has given fantastic speeches in Toastmasters. I'm proud and privileged to introduce him and invite him to the stage. Over to KVM Kishore.
Good afternoon, everyone. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
I think it's audible. Oh, video. You have a very demanding. I'm sorry, I forgot what to speak. No, I was really prepared, but after receiving that flower from Sidhu, kind of took me back into memories and I kind of forgot what I should be speaking. But anyways, lovely to be here and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. And it's absolute fun to be back in Hubli after quite some time. I was here almost 3 days back. And as soon as Nitish got to know that I came quite early, he came to me and said, "Sir, why did you come 2 days early?" I didn't know what to say. So I said, no, the long weekend tickets were a bit of a problem. So I thought, since the ticket availability was there, I'll come off early. Then he immediately said, "Sir, why? You should have spoken to our Veer Kulkarni." I said, I can speak to Veer and I know what he will advise. Sir, on kelsa madana. Friday I will come by cycle to Bangalore. Saturday we both will come by cycle to Hubli. And Sunday I will go back in ambulance. Then Nitish said, "Sir, in that case you should have spoken to our Afaq, sir. He can get tickets or whatever you want. He has travelled entire India so well. He knows people, he can get it done." You also saw the timing. Somebody announced Afaq, he came in. Sir, I really know Afaq sir can do it. But the air prices and tickets are also very expensive. So I was like, why so much of expenditure? And that is when Nitish said, "Expensive." "Sir, you know Preeti ma'am?" He said, yeah, I know Preeti ma'am. Not just air tickets, she can buy the entire airline if she wants. But it's okay, I just came a little early because 2-3 times I came to Hubli but never got to spend some time here. So I thought I'll come spend some time, go around the place, meet people and all. And I must say, this is one of the loveliest places I have been to, especially for the kind of wonderful people that you meet here. Like, I think people of Hubli are the most family-oriented people you can ever meet. Because everywhere else when you meet people, they say, "How are you? How do you do?" Here they start with "Ni mammana, ni tayana." Like the level of interest they have in your family. Like so family-oriented people. And one more interesting thing is that people are very encouraging. I thought like morning I should go for a walk. I have not been going for a walk. And before I meet Veer Kulkarni, at least I'll lose some 500 laps. So early in the morning, 6:30, I go out of my hotel and I walk for a 1 kilometer. And I think 1 kilometer too much. Now I'll go back. And just as I stop at 1 kilometer, people started clapping. This is why Hubli people are fit. They are very encouraging people around. I went for another 1 kilometer, but enough, I'll stop. Again, people were clapping. Then I got a doubt. Then I realized people were not clapping for me. They were basically. Trust me, I haven't seen the amount of Gupta people that live here anywhere else. Like, I went to buy certain things in various shops, and in all of these shops is first thing, the moment they look at me, they are throwing Vimal.
Bolo Juba Kesari.
I know my face looks like that, but the thing is like, but I understand that, that is why I think Hubli has the highest successful marriages. Truly, because wives can vent out their anger as much as they want, and husband will never talk back because he's eating good. Like wives are telling like, this was the most terrible decision I made. I should have never married you. And husband is right? So that's really wonderful. And another interesting thing is I got to meet the people, and I must say, I must congratulate. What a wonderful bunch of committee that you have chosen. Particularly, I must talk about the two people that I have met, Nitish and Manoj. Both believe in results. Like Nitish did not allow me to eat girmit until I made a video. I was like, I'll eat the girmit and then no, make the video. You tell how you are feeling about, and you ask people to come to the session. Then only you eat girmit. And the best part was Manoj. Manoj is like so good at expecting results. He's like, I said, I want to try that egg rice in Hubli. Apparently it's popular. So he took me to a place. We had egg rice. He asked, sir, how is the egg rice? I said, yeah, this is amazing. This is very different, very lovely taste. Yeah, do a good session tomorrow, okay? Yeah, okay. Then he took me to a place where apparently you get very good fruit juice. Again, took the fruit juice and he was like, how is the juice? I said, yeah, it's good. Supposed to be very funny. You should do very good session tomorrow. Okay, 30 rupees group juice and grape juice and so much of expectations. Fine. So I said, okay. And what a lovely event was, especially the MOCs. Please give a huge round of applause. I said, get the session so lovely and lively, especially when they asked that question, saying that what is it that has keys but doesn't open locks. I was thinking, okay, keynote speaker. But yeah, quite different. So we saw all the speakers speaking and a lot of other things. But before that, let me kind of introduce myself a little bit to all of you. Okay. So how many of you believe in astrology? You believe in astrology? Okay. So I'll tell you what. So when I was a small child, my mother took me to one of these saintly persons who was visiting and was popular for astrology. He showed me and said, sir, will this fellow ever get educated? Because the way he is studying, I don't think he is going to get educated. And then that person replied, don't worry, the stars are really good. Trust me, we all want protection from God. Someday he will protect God. Believe it or not, 20 years later, I was into CCTV business and we have provided security services to most temples in this country, including Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanam. When my mother asked, that's okay sir, he looks very dark, so will he get married? And then he said, Ma, you don't worry about it. He will be the one guy among 100 women. Believe it or not, 20 years later, I had severe asthma. And my college, which was a university, provided only me the option to travel in the only bus, which was a nursing college bus. So whenever I used to get down from that nursing college bus, my friends used to say, Macha, you look exactly like one buffalo coming out of a poultry farm. Well, There was a third prophecy that that saintly man said, that one day he will be standing in front of people who are passionate about communication, about leadership. I think that is fulfilled today. Yeah, now is where you clap, guys. But anyways, let me give you a small quick introduction to myself. And I guess in the last 5 years there are many changes that have happened. Muthu has gone on developing his business, lost his hair. Also, Veer has built a lovely house, and he has also did the K2K trip. Preeti has got her DTM. Yeah, I have changed my mobile cover. Otherwise, not much of changes have happened in my life. It's pretty much the same. And in fact, I have the same jokes that I have told 5 years back. So if you guys have heard it earlier, laugh at the same place. Right, so my full name is Kakumani Venkatamaruti Kishore. The entire English language has 26 alphabets. My name has 28. Anywhere if you see somebody asking, can I put extra boxes, that will be me. Recently I got to know from my mother that my actual name was Kakumani Venkatamaruti Krishna Vamsidhara Surya Sankara Sivasachanarayana Kishore Kumar. Yeah, repeat 6 times. Right? I asked my mother, what happened to that other half of the literature in my name? She said, no, when we went to join you in the admission admission form had only 28 boxes. So your father filled in whatever is appropriate. Believe me, from that day till today, I profusely thank my father for not thinking outside the box. Another important problem is people make these judgments by the way you look. Right? So some people don't have that educated faces like me. Okay, normally people are very surprised that I can speak English also. Like recently there was one play that was happening in Bangalore, and the lead actress in this play was some Bengali actress. So she was trying to fix the camera to the tripod. She didn't know how to do it. So I said, like, you have to just press it, it gets locked. She immediately turned around and said, Bhaiya, you can speak English. Now she thought I cannot speak English, it's okay. But who gives her the right to call me Bhaiya? So for the benefit of all the women here, men have feelings. Right, anyways, it doesn't just end there. But the thing is, people have these observations, and they think a lot of these things about you. Like every time I ask this question, looking at my face, what do you think is my profession? Top 3 answers I get. Real estate agent, loan recovery agent, corrupt police officer. I mean, police officer is corrupt. Right? So, in this various sets of things, one thing that actually helped me was joining Toastmasters, because Toastmasters is a non-judgmental place and kind of enjoys you to crack these jokes on yourself and a lot more. But the way I joined Toastmasters was very interesting. I was not interested in anything. I did not want to join. One of my friends wanted me to, come, but I would just go, drop my friend there, but never enter the Toastmasters club. After 2 or 3 such meetings, one meeting I had to enter because it was raining. No option. So I went inside, but then when I saw all people dressed up in suits and all, I said, like, okay, I will go in the rain itself. But the president of the club came and said, like, no, please, you have to attend the meeting, you please come and sit. I was very irritated. And I looked at the person sitting next to me and said, what is this? These people are forcing me to attend the meeting. That guy said, sir, I came to give the electricity. And they made me our counter, you already have 2 hours. Right? But the idea is saying that clubs actually struggle through a lot of things. It is very, very common. But one thing that helps us is to stay united and try to lead it with laughter. And one more thing, which is the session that I am going to talk to you about today. Right? There is this old joke which used to be popular, that once apparently the army general, or the army head of India, the army head of US, the army head of Germany were going on a ship. And the army head of US wanted to show off, and so he said, you know how courageous are American soldiers? I'll show you. And he called one of the soldiers and said, jump out of the ship, swim around the ship one round, and then come back into the ship. Before he completed his sentence, the American soldier ran, jumped out of the ship, put one round, came back. Then the Germany army officer said, oh, you call this courage? I'll show you courage. He called a German soldier and said, jump out of the ship, put 10 rounds and come back. Before he could complete, the German soldier ran, jumped out of the ship, put 10 rounds and got into the ship. Then the Indian Governor General said, oh, you think this is courage? I'll show you what is courage. And he called an Indian soldier and said, go and get a glass of water. And the Indian soldier replied, Tera baap ka naukar samjhe. This is lunch break time and I will not do it. So the Indian general turned to the other two generals and said, this is courage. Can your soldiers talk back to you like that? Right? Though this is a funny joke, it has a wonderful lesson in it, that most of the times we take for granted the roles and the responsibilities of people. The moment when people talk back is when we start knowing that running an institution, that too particularly an institution that has to run voluntarily, things are very different. And that is where the importance of laughter as well as a friendly atmosphere comes into place. Now I am going to tell you 6 different principles that will help you understand both from a laughter perspective, from a leadership perspective. And these are things, these 6 things that you can relate to your Toastmasters journey, your professional journey, and your personal journey as well. These things, 6 things will help you kind of develop a framework, a strategy in terms of how you would like to operate. The first point is what we call as get closer. Get closer is the first aspect. No matter what point of leadership you are in, what kind of relationship you are in, it is essential that you are closer to the other person. And the moment you are closer, you can start effectively getting things done. Right? So there is this interesting interview of Ramesh Arvind, a popular actor. So Ramesh Arvind talks about he is going to meet a producer and he is very nervous, and so he is talking to somebody who is there traveling along with him, telling them that, you know, I'll narrate the story really well, but I don't know if that producer will like it or not. You think producer will like the story? He is very anxious. And the other person very coolly tells him, don't bother if the producer will like your story or not. Bother if the producer will like you or not. It is essential for us to do business or to work with somebody that the other person likes you, not your content or material, because this plays an important role. I'll give you an example. You are a terrific humorous speaker. Okay? You can crack jokes like this. But you picked up a fight in your club. You sent some stinky messages and all. And you had fight with everybody. Next day, you think you can come back to the club and deliver a humorous speech and people will laugh. They are not going to laugh. No matter however funny you are, and no matter how much the area director has made them promise that I'll create a supportive environment. Nothing. So, the essence of it is first get closer to people, and then you can look at how things can happen. For example, not that I tried to deliberately do it, but the reason why I started my speech talking about Rupli and other things is, that is my way of getting closer to my audience. And that is why I put that effort of coming a little early, going around the place, knowing people, so that I have some way of connecting with my audience. So it is essential for you to find that way of connection that will help you to do the first point, which is get. Okay, at the end I will ask you, so please note down or remember, okay? Okay, So get closer is the first one. The second one is basically inclination. So inclination is really important in your personal life, professional life, and from perspective of laughter, if you want to kind of create a mark. So for example, who are you? What kind of a person are you? When you meet somebody, are you somebody who shows really terrible things and make their experience very bad? Like, Macha, see this. Yesterday I saw one accident video. See, that head will break like this. Then why are you showing early in the morning? Right? So the attitude of people. Are you somebody who keeps forwarding messages about how divorces are happening, how people are really bad? So that inclination towards, instead of that, if you are a person who you meet somebody and you have the inclination to create a fun environment. Masha, yesterday one funny thing happened, and your friend will say, you tell the thing whether it is funny or not. And at the end of it, it may not be funny also. But your inclination to constantly create something funny actually makes a lot of difference. So whether it is your leadership to lead the team, or whether it is your relationship as a person in your family, or whether it is in your professional life, your inclination to bring something new, to do something different, to be funny, actually makes a lot of difference. The third most important thing, after get closer, inclination, the third one is basically what we call responsibility. Responsibility is a very important thing that I want all of you to pay a lot of attention, because I see a lot of youngsters, you may not understand it today, but you will understand it sooner or later. And I would like to give you a very personal example of mine, which helped me understand what exactly is responsibility. Now, I don't get angry normally at anything, but if somebody disturbs my pens, I really get angry. And I have two daughters, they are 5 and 7. And if you have seen those old movies, the life of the devil will be, inside a box, which is inside a cave, which is inside some parrot's mouth. That is how I keep my pens. But still, within 30 minutes, wherever they are, they will take it, they will write it on the walls, and the pens are not good for usage anymore. And I get angry like crazy. From 1 month, nobody has touched the pens. And guess what? I'm depressed. Because that's an indication that my kids have grown up. And it's a very big pain for me that there are no more kids in the house. So only after a particular point of time, we realize that whatever was the problem was what actually was sustaining us or having a very interesting relationship. And someday they will outgrow of it. And this is essential for you, because if you look at it from parent-child relationship, normally all of us, our complaint with our parents is, my father still thinks, I'm 43, my father still thinks that, I cannot do one thing properly. Even today, my mother thinks I am like an indoor plant. If sunshine touches me, I will die. But trust me, that is what is the sense of responsibility that is keeping your parents alive. If your parents get to realize that, okay, my kids don't need me anymore, trust me, they get into a stage of depression that nobody needs me. That is why, I keep throwing clothes out of my wardrobe in the room so that my mother comes and scolds me. You are such an idiot, you are grown up 43, you still can't keep it. Yeah, ma, I don't know what to do without it. Sense of purpose. In Telugu, we call this Loka Kalyana. Right? So it is not that I am bad. Just for Loka Kalyana, I keep doing this. Right? So from that perspective, what I am trying to reach at is, as a club, it is extremely important for us to have that sense of purpose, sense of responsibility. Senior members are not attending the club because they are not given that sense of responsibility. Saying that, Muthu, why you stopped coming back? You have to come. Doesn't make a difference to Muthu. If you tell Muthu, somebody is trying to improve English, and they have exclusively worked for 3 weeks to work and deliver this particular speech, and they want only you to evaluate the speech, because they think you are a very good person. Muthu will come 2 days early. Right? Yeah. to tell that Muthu will automatically, be very interested. So the way your seniors will give you reasons, because they think they have done everything. Hey, I have completed CCCL, I have completed pathways, I have completed TTM, I have participated in contests. Nothing more like a love failure hero, they want to just put the shalwa and go into the sunset. But it is your responsibility to give them a sense of purpose and tell them that no, you are very much needed in them. And how you create that sense of responsibility depends on the next call. And the same thing applies to the seniors. The sense of purpose for juniors. Juniors, they are freshers. They just have their own world, their own thinking. So they might be doing something right, something wrong. And they are thinking like, okay, this is what we can do. I see this often in the club, where seniors are praising one person, saying like, wow, this guy, such a nice guy. He will manage everything, sir. Full meeting, like putting the schedule to, being the sergeant at arms, to actually calling up everybody. Such a nice guy. You know what will happen? That nice guy, one morning he will think, why I am doing this? That's it. Next day he will stop now. Club is in a problem. So it is essential for you to give the sense of purpose to the juniors in the team. To say like, guys, you are really important. This is how you should do. We are there for you. This is how we should work. So both from a family perspective and other perspectives, this sense of responsibility is what that keeps us united as a family. And those values are really important. Don't look at other traditions or other cultures and think like, okay, this is how it is. No, they are struggling because of that, because of which they are going into several other things. Don't bother about it. Because of this particular culture of, okay, I feel bad, I don't feel like, I am being respected or treated, so I leave this and go, is not something that will work for us as a culture. So that is why we had the traditional setup of, a combined family, or whether it is how the organizations work, where if the biggest problem for any organization, the biggest problem for any startup today is people. If there are people, the organization will be a success. If people start quitting, people start moving out, then it's a huge problem. Right? The same thing applies to the club. Without the sense of responsibility, it becomes like, okay, I have a problem, I leave. Which can only be avoided with that environment of laughter, with that environment of friendliness that you have created, and that whole thing of creating that sense of responsibility as such. The third one is responsibility. Fourth one, meetings that matter. Okay, it is essential for you to have every meeting that gives some kind of a value to people. So every meeting that actually gives some kind of, okay, let us say, for example, you talk to people, you understand what is it something that they have done, right? So for example, let us say, Preeti, you have finished DTM, so you have done 40 projects, right? You have done the old manuals. Old manuals, have you done a speech called as speech after dinner? After dinner speech? That's a great thing. After dinner speech is a 30-minute speech where you have to entertain guests after a dinner for 30 minutes. And knowing Preeti, she can also give you the dinner. Right? So the idea is for the committee to come up with this idea and tell her like, after dinner speech apparently is a great project with Preeti, you have to do it. And that is what that matters to Preeti also. Like, yeah, 30 minutes continuously holding attention, it's a challenge, I'll do it. That is a meeting that matters to that matters to Preeti, right? So what is a meeting that matters to everybody is something that the committee should look into, people should look into, and make every meeting matter. That's the fourth one. Fifth one is what we call as involvement. Involvement is basically ensuring that the community is grown. Forget about meeting and other things. The most important thing today is how you are able to grow a community as such. See, I'll give you a very small example. We live in apartments, and the apartments has 30 to 40 kids, and there are 2 dance teachers. The kids, like half of them go to one dance teacher, half of them go to another dance teacher. But slowly, kids going to one dance teacher started moving to the other dance teacher. Now this dance teacher started having a problem that, okay, that dance teacher is doing some kind of an influence, they are telling some bad things about me, etc. But when we looked into the issue, the only thing that was making a difference was This dance teacher, after her dance class, she allows the kids to play in her place for some time. That is all she is doing. After the dance class, she says like, yeah, you guys want to play? We'll play for some time. Whereas this dance teacher, no, I have the next class, you please leave. These are kids, 10-year-olds, they are not interested in dance. They want to hang around with other kids. They want to learn from seniors about some pop song and other things, though it is a Bharatanatyam class. And they are getting to do that in that extra 15 minutes and 20 minutes. So that bond is built among the people. I love this dance class because forget dance. After that we have this 15 minutes chill out. Right? That's essential for the club. This has been told time and again for many Toastmasters. Toastmasters club success doesn't depend upon the 1 hour, 2 hours of meeting time. It depends upon the 30 minutes tea that they go to after the meeting. And that is really community building. And I must say, the greatest of the gurus of community building, Veer Narayan, is here with you. And he has professionally learned it, is professionally doing it. So you should exercise those things of how you can help in terms of building a community more than building a Toastmasters club. So involvement is the 5th one. And final is take it easy. Things go wrong. It's completely okay. I remember 20 years back, I was the MC of my college for a huge important event that was going on for 2 days. And being the MC, I had to introduce the chief guest. And it so happened the chief guest came along with his wife. They both were very prominent personalities. The chief guest was the MP. His wife is the MLA. So I go on stage, I introduce, I say like blah 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 all this. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ashok Kumar, MP of so and so and all. People tuck 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 tuck. Mr. Ashok Kumar comes on stage. Okay, and then after that I read the introduction of his wife, and I say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome wife of Mr. Ashok Kumar, Miss. Instead of saying Shushila, I say Pramila. And the entire audience, 3,000 people, they are like, and my principal is looking at me as if I introduced his wife. And I have no clue what mistake I have made because I blanked out for a minute. Mr. Ashok Kumar, who is a MP, critically takes the mic and says, Kishore, Pramila is for evening function. This function is Sushila. Right? He had a 1 minute standing applause even before he started to speak because he's a politician. People have all sorts of impressions about him. But he was so funny. Take it easy. Okay, that was my silly moment that happened today here. But it's okay. Meetings are not supposed to be good. Let me tell you. If the meeting is perfect, that means the time of somebody spoiling your pens is gone. So you will be feeling valued as long as somebody is breaking your pens. So meetings should go back because that is how people will learn. I have seen people who want to hold on to that president. No, others will not do it this good. I will be the president for next 2 terms. I want to be the VP at the time. No, meetings have to be bad. People have to learn. So with that, I just want to tell you that you have a wonderful team. You have this wonderful, opportunity. So please repeat the 6 things that I said. Get closer. Inclination. Responsibility.
Meeting that matters.
Involvement.
Take
Take it easy. Now put the first alphabets of all this 6 together. Girment. That is the one that I wanted to give you. Thank you so much. You are a lovely audience. And before I end, I just want to end with this one sentence saying that a bird doesn't sing because it has the answers. It sings because it has a song. You have to step up, take roles, and deliver your responsibilities, not because you can solve everything, but because you have a voice. You can make a difference. Thank you so much. You have been a lovely audience. I don't know if I exceeded the time. I'll just take 2 more minutes. Please be seated. So, in my journey as Toastmasters, there has been one person who has had incredible impression on me. One reason I have taken up humor as a specialization. I have done a lot of work in the field. His name is Chandil Kumar, and it's very unfortunate he passed away last year. And Chandil had this one ritual that if at all he was invited for an installation ceremony, he would give something to the president. After CK passed away, I thought that I'll continue that tradition. Can you give me that? No, not yes, here. So, CK, as he was known, he would give this nested Russian dolls or Matryoshka dolls, what they call. This is basically dolls within dolls. You get some 5 of them like this. And the reason why he used to give them was to tell you that if you let people out and help them, empower them to do whatever they want to do, you are a group of 5 people able to achieve much more. But if you want to hold control and keep everything within yourself, you are alone and lonely. Wow. Carrying on that tradition, it gives me immense pleasure that this is the first toy that I am giving away. So, Manoj, I request you to please come up on stage. Thank you so much. You have been a lovely audience. Back to the MCs.
Yeah. There is a question on this question.
Oh, Q&A. Oh. You have it. Yeah.
Okay, yes, my first question.
Kishore, I want to become as healthy as you are. What is the secret of your health?
I know that's a reverse punch. So, thankfully, one of the main reasons I wanted to come to Hubli was to have a proper discussion with Veer about health, because that is definitely not one thing that I have been doing well. Yesterday, I had the privilege of spending some good time and having a lovely homemade pittu from Veer's house. So, one thing, as long as the part of whatever good health I am maintaining is because of the company of people like you. That is all I can say. Yeah. Yes.
Good afternoon. Excellent speech. I really learned a lot. There's one particular question. So you said the point about building a community and like having a positive and and an environment with laughter and joy. So since DET is a diverse club in terms of age, how much of that responsibility comes under the newer members and how much of that responsibility comes to the older or experienced members to get into the community?
So the thing is, like, the committee is by rule the one that has the responsibility to build the community, and the committee has to look into the options of who are the influencers who can help them, and at the same time who are the younger generation who can actually take it up. And when I say creating the community of laughter, for example, the thing is, like, there is something called as newsletter, which often ends up being like one last minute thing that people are doing. That can be a good thing which can help people to contribute to their writing skills as such. Or for that matter, just a very simple thing like, I always see that all the WhatsApp groups, I always see that, this voice sounds better.
This is correct actually.
So, I always see that the WhatsApp groups that are there are only there for information about meetings. Next meeting is so and so, please take up notes, please take up notes. Rather than that can be a platform where you can share a lot of fun. Again, within the rules that are there. Hey, this is an interesting table topic that I found. This is an interesting joke that people can use in their introduction. This kind of a contribution. And the thing is, people encourage. Like normally when people share such information, nobody likes or responds. if committee takes upon that responsibility, there are 7 people who are immediately liking your post. That itself is a given. So the responsibility is distributed among everyone. That sense of responsibility has to be communicated regularly. But the committee has the most important charge of that, where they will have to involve people who can do something, get things out there. Yeah.
Just one more question. So this is something which I've experienced in my college. Usually when you laughter and fun comes in a compromise of work getting done. So how do you actually balance a positive and a fun-filled environment while being productive in terms of achieving the results and goals which you have set?
Right. So the thing is, laughter is always kind of, it's the syringe, it's not the medicine, right? That helps you take the point easy. Like the initial premise is set around laughter. Like for example, there is a particular event that you are coming up with. You want to do some, let us say, a contest on behalf of the ET clubs. It's a very serious affair of, okay, whom all we should contact, who we should bring as judges, etc. But if those meetings are fun-filled meetings, people will look forward to come and contribute. So the premise of the meeting is fun. Okay guys, initially for 5 minutes, we are going to have some fun activity, or we are going to do this. We are just going to have tea. These are all simple things. One misconception about humor is always thought it is about cracking a joke or being funny or doing something. No, humor is about building that environment which is fun. Like for example, the 4 or 5 questions they ask that contributes to humor. Each of them may not be a joke as such. So that's the environment of humor which will help you in delivering results. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hi, Kishore. They say that I'm talking about myself here. I want to be a humorous speaker. They say till the time any speaker reaches a safe zone of not being judged something else than the humor what he is conveying. I want to ask you, like, how is that? For example, if you are speaking, I am very much sure that okay, there is no offense there, but only humor.
Right.
So how is that you came across this? And when you started as a humorous speaker and till you attained that status of a confirmed humorous speaker, how is that? How is that you began, and what are the things you went through, or what are the sources that you have collected and read or did something?
Right. So, Afaq sir, all I can say is it takes an immense amount of practice, because we have to repeatedly do several things and get to understand what mistakes we have made and what other things we have made, because of which we have developed that particular skill. And in this process, we'll have to be conscious about what is something that is not landing well in terms of audience, because we can guess whether audience are laughing out of happiness or out of discomfort. So, to give you a very practical example, in fact, when Manoj was speaking today, I was thinking of the presidential address that I gave when I became the president for the first time. And it was terrible, because I had gone through some incident, my mother had an accident. I tried to build a speech around the accident, which was of no impact to the audience. It was nowhere related. I mean, yeah, it was a terrible thing, etc. Understood. But for that occasion, why you should have spoken? Just because like it was there on the map, right? So there were many such editions. I still remember there is this very popular speaker called Sarika Rangan. She had visited our club. I was the MC. I had to introduce Sarika. I could have had any good introduction. The way I introduced was, ladies and gentlemen, put together your hands for Sarika. You know, Sarika is the second wife of Kamal Hassan. Then I mean, after the session or something, somebody, what bekar introduction was that? You could have introduced it. Please welcome Sarika Rangan also, was good. Right? So we learn over a period of time, and we get to understand it. Okay, this is what works with people, this is not working for me. And on that note, Afaq sir, I just want to tell everybody, audience, you have the biggest responsibility of letting people make mistakes. The biggest problem today is, especially in Toastmasters, what I am saying is, the moment something uncomfortable happens, people get onto Facebook and are writing 2-page posts about, oh, this happened in my club. Like, I got to know recently, one person, good person, all he said was, I met this girl who looked as tall as a coconut tree. And somebody has went on writing a lengthy post about objectification, etc., referring to like this. And this person has quit Toastmasters. What joy. So people will make mistakes. So educate them. You can thrash them as much as you want if you felt somebody did something wrong. But if you try to create it as a communal issue, issue of a community, it kind of breaks the whole spirit of those. So let people do mistakes, and equivalently you tell them that this is a mistake. You should not repeat it. So I think that environment should be there.
And anything like resources? Do you watch any movies or read books about humor or
Yeah.
something like that?
Uh,
Where do you else look for humor outside?
It's more to do with observations, and I would strongly recommend not to watch other humorous content, because that kind of creates an effect. Oh, this is already said, this is already done. In fact, Praveen Kumar, who is a very popular comedian, is a good friend of mine. He's a very popular Tamil comedian. He told me, you take others' jokes and tell, no problem. But you give the reference saying like, these are others' jokes. But the moment you get that idea of how to crack the joke, how to say the punchline, how to deliver the joke, how people are laughing, you will start off like, okay, if for a lifelong I can't keep telling others' jokes, so I'll start. Right. But from a perspective of some material, there is a book called Comedy Bible by Judy Carter, and she has a very active Facebook page also. So you can join that page, you can become part of that group where people are constantly posting jokes and asking you their opinion and things like that. That is a very good book, Comedy Bible by Judy Carter. That happens to be one very good source.
Yes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. It was a wonderful speech. I just have a small question to ask. You told that we have to start building bonds like outside the meeting, and personally, I face a lot of problems when you start communicating with a new person. So when it is a new person, you just start asking, "What do you do?" and "From where are you?" So after that, how do you continue the conversation, and how do you add humor to it without knowing anything about that person?
Right. So this is one area where even I am trying to look for answers, because on stage I am like quite outspoken and all. Off stage I just cannot speak. I'm very reserved, and not because of any other thing. Several people have thought like, no, this guy has serious attitude. Thing. It's just that without a context I don't know what to speak. But having said that, it is essential to establish a common ground. When you are speaking to somebody else, be it a stranger or whatever, you talk to them about their interests and other things, and try telling them about something which you feel is a common ground. Or you can open up and you can talk to them about your interests, and just start conversation. And sooner or later, when the conversation happens, the thing is, you will have a common ground where you can start talking about several things or instances which will make it a funnier experience. So I'll just take a minute. Yesterday it so happened that there is this place called Gurudat Bhavan.
Yes.
I have heard so many reviews about it, so I went to this place to have some snack, and I was sitting there, and three people came and sat on the same table. Two people came and sat on the same table, and their conversation, I could understand they are expecting two more people to come and sit. So that guy kind of a little rudely said, by that time this fellow will go. Then I said like, no, I am not going. And he instantly was like, I'm extremely sorry, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean anything. It is just that we are meeting after a long time, etc. And I said like, yeah, I understand, it's absolutely fine. And he understood that I am not from Hubli, so he asked me, I said, I'm from Bangalore and all. And immediately the respect level went up. Oh, Bangalore and all, very corporate people and all. And I was eating some, misal was what I was eating. And he asked me, why are you eating misal? I said, I heard this is the popular thing. And he was like, you have to eat uppittu here, sir. And there is a beautiful line he said, Hublige devar bandidrenu uppittu tintaru. And he ordered uppittu for me. And we had a very nice conversation, and then he started asking me about Bangalore. I started asking about it. So, trust me, it is difficult. I totally understand, because I struggle a lot with these small talks and informal conversations. But the idea is to kind of open up and talk. My problem is, if I am not making sense, why should I talk? Like the other person is not. Why would weather is good? Why? He also knows that, right? So I feel it is insensible. But I think at the end of the day, people really admire that quality in you that you are just trying to make it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
questions.